Hey guys, it's me Lachlan here today with a brand new video, and today we are looking at two Easter eggs which may arise in the Final Stand and Naval Strike DLC of Battlefield 4. Today in this video as well, we will also be looking at the Phantom Trainee assignment and what the password may be. So, over the last 2 days, I've been doing some information digging, and I have uncovered a lead which may have two implications as to what may go down in the future of Battlefield 4. Now, the first lead was that Battlefield 4 may feature nukes as a DLC or Easter egg, so nuclear missiles, and two, what the Phantom Trainee password could potentially be. Recently, EA hosted an event for Battlefield 4 YouTubers to come along and try their new Naval Strike DLC, just to let them get hands on with it before the actual DLC drops. It also allowed them to capture some gameplay, and this gameplay is on channels such as Level Cap Gaming, The Russian Badger, and Jack Frags, and I'll have their channels in the description below. Most of you already know them, and they have lots of footage for you guys to have a look at. But more specifically, Jack Frags went along and found this specific image. Now, this image contains a number 273 and lots of Chinese symbols, and it roughly translates to this: Underground Project 273, prepare for war, prepare for famine, for the sake of the people. Roughly in that order. Now, this could have lots of correlation with the Phantom Trainee assignment. It could be part of the password, or it could be a piece of the puzzle to the password, which is a bit of a tongue twister, but come Tuesday, we should be able to unravel that a bit more. Now, the wording, prepare for war, prepare for famine, for the sake of the people, features in a piece of writing known as Mao's War Against Nature, Politics and Environment in Revolutionary China by Judith Shapiro. Now, this book immediately indicates the word Revolutionary China, which has, yet again, lots of correlations to the Battlefield 4 game, specifically the campaign in which the main protagonist who is being protected is supposed to be the people's revolution. He's the revolution leader for China in a search for freedom of speech and the right to human rights and their power. So that's why I started digging into this lead. Now, this isn't the first time that DICE have been extremely thorough with their Easter eggs. They love doing this for the community. It's one of the reasons I really do enjoy the game. Now, it seems to me that there would be no good reason for DICE to put this piece of writing just randomly in the game. That would be completely obscure and completely off track, so it must have some meaning to either the Easter egg that I'm hunting down, which could potentially be a nuke or part of the Phantom Trainee password, or possibly something even bigger than that. It's even more important to note that this is the last DLC being done by DICE Stockholm, and the next piece of DLC is being done by DICE LA, so therefore you would assume they want to do something pretty epic or something completely out of the ordinary for them to go out with a bang, which sounds odd considering we're searching for nukes, but just to give them a good lasting impression. And Naval Strike itself is a fantastic DLC by the looks of things, but I feel as though they really have gone in depth with some kind of Easter egg that is going to be really big and a big game changer in some sense. This nuclear idea seems somewhat of a massive long shot, but my ideas were severely reinforced when I read into the book. Now, this piece features multiple locations and operations in the South China area, and under the slogan prepare for war, prepare for famine, for the sake of the people, there is mention of the Third Front Development Campaign. Now, the Third Front Development Campaign brought roads and railways to the mountains, it opened mines, it was the start of harvesting timber for hundreds of new factories, and the writer Shapiro notes that between 1964 and 1971, some 380 factories were relocated to such inland regions. There is mass reference to current areas of DLC in the game and current maps already in the game, and even potential future locations. There is huge emphasis in the story on a massive industrial complex in a place called Pansia, which is formerly a small village placed near the Yangtze River, which could be a strong reference to maps in the China Rising DLC. Similarly, in that sense, the industrial occurrence links to the name itself. China Rising and an industrial revolution kinda seems to fit well together. The deeper I read into the story, the more it seemed to make sense, and the more this nuclear long shot in the Final Stand DLC or even a potential Easter egg now seemed more feasible. Now, later on in the story, my ideas furtherly got amped up as there was reference to Rogue Transmission and Zavod 311, and these areas were placed in the southwestern region of China in the Shan-Yuan border, which is, as quoted, near a large railway depot and a satellite launching center in Zhang. Later, there is even speak of a tunnel system, which is through rugged terrain, which is quite a prominent reference to the new Naval Strike DLC, where you will see underground tunnels and lots of rugged terrain. And finally, there is even a nod to a hydroelectric dam in the actual book, which could even be Lankang Dam. Now, this series of cross-linking maps and DLC maps could relate to nukes in Battlefield 4. The last DLC featuring the game is called Final Stand, and this could start elaborating a bit more on this sort of series of links of map references, as well as the actual book itself. Now, resource gathering in the Third Front operations seems quite fitting for a nuclear attack to end it all. Now, that does sound quite dramatic, but is still fairly feasible, and Final Stand could be where a nuke features. Equally, this could feature as an Easter egg in the new Naval Strike DLC. Underground Project 273 is a reference to an underground nuclear test facility in an unclassified document. Oddly enough, the writing on the wall is placed by an underground bunker. Right now, you will see a picture of this underground bunker with the writing, and to the right of it is the actual document itself. Now, this DLC, as far as I'm concerned, is not coincidental at all. This is so DICE related for something so complex and big, this big backdrop story of Easter egg related content to be done. It just seems something that they would do. Later on, as I was digging, I kind of got tired of the idea and I thought maybe I'm just going at it in a long shot, but my ideas again slightly reinforced when I tweeted EA's very own EA Action Man, who simply replied on Twitter with a wink. Also, in Jack Fragg's recent interview with a big name at DICE, which is in the description below, he speaks of many Easter eggs in the Naval Strike DLC and gives nothing away. But more importantly, he mentions that there is something big when you swim out to sea. Could be nukes, maybe could be Jack's prized Megalodon, which would be also completely awesome to see. Now, this video is an introduction into the nuclear Easter egg. Now, I want you to join the discussion on Reddit, which is in the link below, and share this video because I truly believe in this Easter egg. I truly believe in the writing on the wall, which sounds really, really dramatic, but the nuke idea and the nuke concept is totally on. The hunt for a nuke in Battlefield 4, regardless of the DLC, regardless of how long it takes, I firmly believe is on, and I think we should all start looking into this right about now. So guys, it's been me, Lachlan. Like I mentioned before, please like, comment, subscribe, make sure you share this video. I really want to see a hunt for this Easter egg to occur. I want to see something happen which could be reference to a find of a nuclear Easter egg, and I feel as though all of the points that I've made in this video are strong and prominent ideas that a nuke could be in the game. So, as always, thank you for watching. All the links are in the description below for everything I've been mentioning, and I will see you again in another Battlefield 4 video with some more updates.